But
it was probably the difference of 7 or 8 years.
Well, yeah,
between
he
Namco and
mentioned timing.
Yeah, the timing of it's different.
Yeah, there's always definitely.
But the thing is, it'll be a lot easier
difference.
now. It will be much easier now and in the future because they don't have to worry about shipping a physical product.
Yeah, I would like to see more. Not crowdfunding, but crowd information gathering. Just like, hey, see this game we made? Like, here's our Facebook page, our webpage. Fucking vote on it. Tell us you would pay us money for it.
Exactly the way that they did with Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, and it worked.
And then they did that, and they brought out the PS Vita version as well.
Yeah, and just do that more.
It's very hard to do that with something that isn't a familiar IP, though, because people might see it and think it's cool, but it doesn't mean that it'll necessarily spread.
Yeah, but it's not going to cost them a ton of money to put up a question and some screen caps and a video on their website. And if there's not enough votes, they don't release it. And then it's no different than if they hadn't asked in the first place. I'm just saying, at the very least, they could try step 1. And not immediately abandon it and say that it'll never work.
And the only reason that we aren't seeing those type of things is because they may try step 1 and it fails.
Shit.
Because word has to get out.
Yeah, well, then I would say that they're not getting their word out enough. We have the power of the internet and the power of social...
Which can drown out so many things.
And the power of social media. They could easily have their big stuff, like Capcom Unity, push things for them, which it does and has done successfully many times, and yet I've never seen that game pass through Capcom Unity, asking people if they were interested.
So are we talking about new IPs, or...
We're talking about games being brought over from Japan that are already developed in Japan, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, whoops.
Because that is very different.
Yeah.
From basically starting from scratch as a startup and trying to do something like that.
No, in this case, it's the game exists.
Okay.
Yeah. And in this specific conversation, the game already exists in Japan.
Sorry if I didn't clarify that, but that's what I did mean. That.
Okay.
Oh, no. I need to close this. I need to go back up the other tower.
Like Sega did with Hatsune Miku. That's a huge property in Japan. It's not
a big
viewed as a huge property in the US.
But there's a nice cult following.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like, okay, well, let's see if people in the US want this game. We'll put up a poll. How well it does, we'll see if
there was another
we want to release it. So then they did, because the results were big enough. And then we played it. And now we do this. We play video games on the internet.
That's still our biggest fucking view bringer.
Even month after month, that is what brings our views.
That's what brings all the boys to our yard.
Yeah, we don't have a milkshake.
We have Hatsune Miku.
It's a little bit different than a milkshake. I would like a milkshake.
Granted, the girls in the game do tend to shake around.
They shake.
Some of them
around.
You could. They shake around. You know what? I'm not going to wait for it this time. I'm just going to use up that moon card I have.
But yeah, so that's an example of successfully having that taken care of.
No, and I agree with that. That you should, if you have a unique thing like that in there, you should at least kind of feel around for it.
And it just seems like they don't enough. Like they could, but. And it's not even like a matter of being scared. It just seems like they just don't seem to consider it. I mean, I wouldn't know, obviously, for sure, but that's the kind of feeling you get. Like, I was telling... I actually said it in one of our earlier videos. That, God damn it!
You did say that. You say that in almost all of our videos.
Yes.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't all of our videos, actually.
Shut up. God damn it. I mentioned... that when I bought Super Robot Wars Original Generation 2 on the Game Boy Advance, that the game actually came with a card saying, hey, dead.
I would not be happy with that card. Hey, dead. I would be very frightened. I'd probably get some kind of restraining order.
Sorry. I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you.
God, fuck ass, damn it, cunt. What was I talking about? Oh, so when I bought Super Robot Wars Original Generation 2 for the Game Boy Advance, it came with a little card insert that literally just said, hey, do you like this game? Do you want us to release more Super Robot Wars games in America? Fill this out and send it back to us. And I was like, that's cool. I never filled it out, however. And that's relevant to the rest of what I want to say about that, because of course, it's harder to convince people to fill out a card and mail it back than if they did that now on the internet. Yeah. But I've never seen them try it again.
Is OG3 coming to the US?
Nope. No, they didn't even release the remakes of OG 1 and 2 as OG lowercase s on the PS2 in America.
Did they have any special features in them?
There was like one extra chapter that featured a character that's technically co-owned by them and another company, but getting the license on one character hardly seems like a big enough barrier to me. Which is, I guess, why I say it comes across like they just didn't even try.
With what SRW deals with, though, those licensing.
Well, here's the thing
about
a
nightmare between Japan and the US.
The OG stuff is only Namco Bandai characters. That's why I'm saying, like,
that's what I'm saying. Is like OG3 is probably the only game since then that they might be able to do. So,
well, and they didn't even try, to my understanding. Like, there was, again, this is where it's like, if there was some poll somewhere asking about interest of release in America, I didn't fucking see it, and I would have signed the shit out of it. I'd have happily sent them a fucking email telling them, yeah, you get my money. You get lots of monies. I want that game. I want to play that game in a language I can understand.
That's something that companies are just now really starting to learn, though, because that's in every industry. There's things like that happening, like the frickin' Betty Crocker rainbow sprinkle icing is discontinued now, and there was a petition online to bring it back.
Oh yeah.
And there's stuff like that.
There's a lot of stupid petitions on the internet.
There's a little bit of a difference, I think, between a petition created by the people and when the companies actually reach out and say, hey.
Yes, but the point I'm trying to make off of that, though, they have to care beyond sales before they try.
Yeah.
I suppose, but, I mean, they could probably be made to care if they told one guy to make a fucking extra page on the site.
That's true.
Asking for input. Again, that's the kind of the problem. Like, with the card insert in the thing, they had to print the card, print shit on it, expect actual physical mail, return it. There was actually, like, a lot of bullshit that would have been involved with that. Nowadays, it's have a dude make an extra page on the website, type some crap on it once, and it'll digitally store people's responses for them. It takes so much less effort now to even, again, do that step one, and they don't seem to want to bother. Where they seem to be convincing themselves ahead of time that it won't be worth it. And it's just like, you could just pay one temp an extra day's worth of work.
That actually makes me wonder how much they paid attention to those cards. Honestly, that gives me that question more than it does.
That's definitely a good question. How much? But it also, the corollary question is.
Put it there.
That's true. They probably would have been paid.
Or maybe putting that in there made people think, at the very least, it gave you the idea that they cared whether they did or not.
The other problem, however, oh man, I lost all my power-ups and I loaded from a... Oh yeah, you don't get any of your power-ups when you load from a save. But the other, of course, corollary conversational point to that, however, is how many people actually returned them as well. Because again, I didn't, and I did give a damn. And the reason I didn't was because it was, there was work involved in it. I was fucking homeless at the time. I didn't have just random stamps lying around to put on it. Stamps cost money. Excuse me. So I just didn't do it. And I bought that game twice because my first copy ended up being... Whoa! My first copy ended up getting stolen incidentally because the person stole my Game Boy Advance. Holy crap! I am doing so bad.
Yeah, you are.
There's factors as to why I'm doing so bad, but man, I'm doing so bad. I apologize, because I am not this bad at this game.
But, I mean, Nintendo does that. With Club Nintendo, anyway.
Yeah, I like that. And again, Capcom does it a little bit with Capcom Unity, though not nearly as much, and with the things I feel they should.
Square did it recently with Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, they did.
I was going to say, doesn't Capcom Unity usually do it in reverse, though? Like, hey, you want this game? We're never releasing this game.
I don't know. Dude, Capcom Unity does seem to have a weird disconnect from Capcom itself.
Yeah.
Which is not helpful.
Right.
It also doesn't help that a lot of people...
Is that just their online social
Yeah.
community?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably aren't much more than a marketing face.
Yeah. Which blows. Because Capcom fans do seem to give a shit about Capcom Unity.
Yeah.
I'm willing to believe that the moderators and the people that handle those boards probably care just as much. They just have about as much say as the rest of the
Wasn't that guy Seth one of the main guys of it until recently?
And then he left. Or was... Yeah, I don't know why he left or was pushed or who knows, but yeah. And that was one of the big losses for the Mega Man fans, because he was kind of the last big figure at Capcom that was still really pushing on, like, hey, we love Mega Man and we want to see it and whatever. And then eventually he was gone too, and it was really fucking depressing, to be perfectly honest. And now you got... It'll be really interesting to see, going back to the very beginning, what Iga is going to do now. I'm going to use the nickname, because that's what I always remember him by.
Yeah, it's good. Part of his name.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see now where he does go, because he says he he fucking mentioned KG himself in one of the, in the interview with Kotaku, after he left Konami, that he wants to, strike out there and do his own thing. And
he was inspired by...
Yeah. And so it'll be really interesting. Swear to God, I'm never going to get that right. All these years of playing this game, and I've never managed to get over running straight under those fucking blades. Okay, nope. Oh God. Okay, go. Jump in! Damn it! Son of a bitch!
Just when you think.
So close,
and
yet
out.
it chopped me in half again. Something. Okay, there we go. Jump, jump, jump.
Crisscross will make you
Might as
jump,
well
jump.
And yeah, we were talking about a super team of developers earlier. And
that was weeks ago at this point.
Weeks ago at this point. Uh-huh. I'm just, the only reason the conversation's dying off now is because we're not continuing on like we did when we were talking on the internet.
All right,
so the thing. There it is.
Super team. My super team.
Okay.
Go for it.
My super team.
Go for it.
Suda51.
Oh, yeah.
Comes up with the concept of a game and then never touches it again. At that point, he passes it off to... Crap, who did I say it was?
Well, we wanted Iga, KG,
What did he work on?
We wanted the three eyes. We wanted Inafune, we wanted Itagaki, and
Igarashi.
Yeah, Igarashi.
We want those three working on specifically gameplay.
Yeah. We wanted Nomura for head art direction.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who was there? Was somebody really specific I brought up that I...
Uematsu?
Oh, yeah, well, for music.
For
music.
Of course,
Yeah,
for music.
of course. Granted, I was the one who brought up Suda51, granted.
Yeah, but still, that's a really good idea.
Yes.
He is an idea guy, much less an...
He's a style guy. I think he could be there with Nomura as well. You'll help him with the style. He just needs to ease up off the gameplay design a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I can see that.
That was one of my complaints about Killer is Dead, is that it was all style and no substance. Because it had style in spades.
Oh, who did I say for... Oh, yeah. Writer would be Kojima.
Yeah, Kojima for writing, definitely. Even if he's a little loopy at times with his writing.
Well, with Suda's concept and Kojima's writing combined,
it'd be so incomprehensible. It'll be a fucking independent film. Ah, holy crap! Oh man! Oh wow! Die! Go away! Animal violence! Go! Okay, thank you.